Yeah. Yes. Welcome back to another vlog. Welcome back to another video. With me today, uh, Kudzimadziro is my name. Uh, Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for coming back to work, watch another amazing video. Yeah. So, but this one is emotional. Is a sad video, and I'm talking from pain as I say out these things in this video. So I want to talk about there was a time, and the only time that I was robbed in South Africa. In South Africa, the only time that I got robbed in South Africa. So it happened within my university or my campus. Within my university or my campus. So I had a shop, like a small shop, like corner shop or a tuck shop or a kiosk in that campus, like in my room that I was staying my hostel. So I was running this shop and I was so popular, I was so famous within the whole campus or even the whole university. I was so famous in that time in terms of doing business, in terms of doing entrepreneurship. So there were some thieves, these guys who steal, these thieves, even in that campus, in that university. So in South Africa, in my province, they call them Amaparapa. Amaparapa. This guy who steal and do all these hooligan things, they're called Amaparapara in South Africa. So now, at that time, it was around 2017, 2018, if I'm not mistaken, 2017, 2018, when I was doing my doctorate or my PhD at University of Fort Hare. So in that campus, even in South Africa in general, there's a lot of load shedding. Like electricity would go off for maybe 2 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours for a long time. So these amaparapara, these thieves, the guy who steal, they took advantage of that moment. They took advantage of that situation of load shedding. So there was no electricity at that time. And myself, I was not in my room, in my hostel in that campus. So I went to town to buy my food. I think it should be my food or something valuable to me. So I left my room, then I locked the door, then I went. When I came back, I think after 1 or 2 hours, it was still dark. There was no electricity. It was darkness all over the campus, everywhere, even in my residence, in my building where I was staying in my room. So when I came back, then from a distance, I noticed or I spotted that my door has been unlocked. But I left it locked when I went to town to buy food. And I'm coming back and the door is loose and it's open like it's open by a distance. Then I knew, there's something wrong. I knew in that very moment that there's something wrong on my door. Then I went inside. Then I saw that the airtime, the airtime that I was selling was gone. It disappeared from where I left, from the position that I left it. The airtime was gone. My phone, my cell phone, again, it disappeared. Was gone uh, out of my room. Yeah, I began to wonder, how did these guys open my door? How did these guys open my door? This Amaparapa, these thieves, the guy who steal. How did they manage to open my door and steal my phone and steal my airtime and some other things, which even up to this point I don't even know what. Was in that time I did a lot of things in my room. Some of the things I would know them, some of the things I wouldn't even and know them. So, but what I know, according to my memory, what I know, my phone was stolen and my airtime that was saying a lot of airtime. MTN, you talk of Vodacom, MTN, Vodacom, Cell C, all my airtime disappeared. It was gone. MTN, Vodacom, Cell C. So in South Africa, these are the mobile network companies in South Africa. You find there's MTN, you find there's Vodacom, you find there's a Cell C. So the airtime that I was following, that I was selling in these lines, it had disappeared, and I was very much hurt. I felt a lot of pain in my heart. It was a big financial loss to me, a big financial disaster to me. given my financial circumstance at that time, or given my financial conditions in that very moment. I'm like, yep, yeah, yeah. So this Amaparapara, this I don't know if it was one guy or maybe two or three or four or five. I don't know how many were there. They made a fatal mistake or a big mistake. I had a friend from the same country, Republic of Zimbabwe. So they went and sold my phone to that friend of mine. He was also doing the same thing of selling, buying and selling, buying and selling in that very campus. So they went and sold that phone to him. Then the guy reported it back to me, said, "Hey, when I saw a guy who came with a phone, but the phone, I saw the photos in that phone or the contents in that phone, they look like a phone." Then I'm like, okay, it's my phone. So he reported back the issue to me. Then I went to the campus control office or the campus security office. Then I reported the issue to them. Said that there's a guy, there's a guy who stole my phone and my things in my room. I stay at this particular residence or I stay at this particular building. So I was reporting to the campus security office within the campus, within the university. And I gave them all the information, I gave them all the details that I stay in this particular building or I stay in this particular residence. Please help me. Uh, Fortunately, by the grace of Jehovah God, we managed to catch the thief or the thieves, the Amaparapara, the guys who did the stealing to me. Then uh, the campus control, through their intelligence, through their wisdom, they managed to catch this guy uh, and his other friend. Then they brought him to his office, like for discipline, for assessment, for investigation, for a lot of forensic covering, a lot of forensic investigation. Then from this issue alone, they managed to fork out or they managed to uncover a lot of things that these particular guys, these two guys, were doing in the campus, in the university. They had a long history. This is what the campus control officers or the campus security officers managed to uncover or to unravel. That these guys have been stealing for a long time in the campus, and they were using special tools, special equipment, or some instruments to go on doors. Then they just go and maneuver the door, manipulate the door, then the door would open. So they were doing this for a long time, according to what the campus officers uh, found out or investigated. Then they beat up the guys like hell. The guys were beaten. They were given a big beating by these campus security officers. They were beaten. Then they took them. Then they went to the room where they were staying. They asked them, "Okay, you guys, where do you stay?" Then they said, so we stay in this residence or this building." Then they went with them to that building. Then they went to their room. When they went into their room, they saw a lot of things: computers, tablets, cell phones, uh, a lot of stuff packed up or locked up in that room where they were staying. These Amaparapa, these thieves, the guy who were stealing in their room, they saw a lot of things, a lot of valuables. Then they collect everything, and brought it back to their office, the campus security office or the campus control office. Yo, it was a very sad story, painful story, to a point whereby when I saw these officers beating these guys, even myself, I began to feel so sorry for them. I was feeling merciful for them because the beating was too much. The beating was very excruciating. It was too much. It was very voluminous. The kind of beating that they received from the campus security officers. So this is my story. So uh, I managed to get my phone back, but it was in a different state. It was in a different condition. It was in a different physical look, or having a different physical look. It was not the phone, that smart, that nice phone that I had. Of course, it was the same phone, yes, the same cell phone. But if you look at it physically, the look, the condition, the state that it was in that moment, it was different. But then I said, fine, my phone is my phone. Let me take it back. Then I took back my phone. Then, but the airtime, it just disappeared like that. I never recovered my airtime and some other things which I don't even know up to this day. Only God knows what they store in that room or in that hostel that I was staying in that campus. But I was happy to get my phone back so that I could do my communications with my family, with my parents, with my church members, and everybody within my circle or within my network. So this is my story coming to you live right now from me in this vlog, in this video. The only time that I got robbed in South Africa, and it happened in my campus, it happened in my university, University of Fort Hare in East London, under Eastern Cape province. So this is the story how it happened. So these guys took advantage of the load shedding where it was dark. There was darkness all over. There was no electricity. Then they attacked my building or my residence where I was staying. Then they went to my room. Of course, I know that they had prior knowledge about me, or that some specialized or classified information about me that there's a guy who's doing business in this building, in this residence. He's got a lot of money, got a lot of stuff in his room. So I know that they knew about me. They knew about me. A lot of information about me. They knew it. Hence, they were able to attack me. They were able to rob me. They were able to uh, bamboozle my room and then steal my stuff. But it's fine. But it's fine. My God will judge them. Jehovah will judge them. Jehovah will judge them in this life. And I've declared, I've decreed in the name of Jesus Christ. So it's fine. Life happened to me. I learned my lessons and I go forward with life. So this is my story coming to you live from Kudzimat Zero, and the one talking to you. How I got robbed in South Africa, the only time that it happened. But I thank God that all the towns of South Africa, all the cities of South Africa that I passed by or traveled to, and nothing of this nature happened to me. Port Elizabeth, East London, King Williamstown, Queenstown, Jamestown, Aliwal North, Bloemfontein, Johannesburg, uh, Pretoria, talk of Pietermaritzburg, talk of Polokwane, talk of Messina. Something of this nature never happened. Never happened in my life. By the grace of Jehovah in heaven, I thank him so much. I thank him so much. He kept me, he protected me from such terrible and horrendous disasters. So this is my story. Thank you so much. How I got robbed in my campus, in my university in South Africa. Thank you for liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing. Thank you so much. I'm signing out now. So this is my story. The only time it happened in South Africa, in my maximum total of 15 years. 15 years. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and comment. I'm signing out now. See you in the next video. Sharp. Peace. Sharp.